maybe just discuss a little bit about is if you've had any client success stories or case studies where you've actually helped an individual transform their life. And when I say transform, it may not be making them wealthier or richer necessarily, but freeing up opportunities to live a little bit more.
Mm. We've got a quite range. I'll share one, and maybe a deal you want to share your own version. To your point, and it's not necessarily the most money that any client has made or anything like that, but how someone's life is transformed just by changing some simple habits. One of our clients was at a very had a lot of bad money habits. They had credit card debts. They had they were spending more than they earned. They were gambling. All of the the things that hold you back from achieving sort of sustained success. And um, the first, he was clear that he wanted to change. So he had an intention. His mindset was ready to actually benefit from advice. And so, we just looked at everything and just put in place some very simple habits to go, okay, let's restructure your cash flow so that you're actually putting money back into your pocket first. So we did a budgeting exercise, and it wasn't easy for him, but he stuck to it. And over the course of 18 months, he went from being 30 or 40 grand in debt to having enough money saved up to buy his first investment property. And he did that through implementing just some simple investment habits with the surplus savings he was going to be able to generate. He was able to generate after he first paid off that credit card debt. So that's on the smaller scale in terms of numbers, but in terms of the impact that it had on his life, it was transformative. He felt more self-confident in himself. He he had a clear plan as to where he was going, and he had developed the habits that were going to achieve sustained success. And that's going to be, over the next decade for him, is going to be worth a lot of money to him, having put that in place.
Very good. Adil, any
Uh,
experiences, stories
just
yourself?
one which comes to mind, Hayden, is recently we had a couple who came to us who had significant, I would say, wealth and assets, and were looking to start changing how they live their life, wanted to have options in their life, wanted clarity around, can we achieve that? We've done all this work, we've got all these assets, all this income, but we can't seem to have the confidence that we can go and live the life we want to lead. They felt they had to continue working 5 days a week, or like be in those high pressure jobs, and they wanted to kind of get clarity around that. So through the work which we did for them, it kind of became very apparent, and we gave them that clarity and the confidence they needed to say, you have choices which you can actually activate today. It doesn't have to wait for another 10 years. You don't need to buy more assets. You don't need to do anything more. If you stick to your current strategy, the validation that what you've done is great, it's already great, it's going to serve you well, and showing them through a numbers and through some scenario planning to say, you actually have options starting from tomorrow. You don't have to wait another 10 years. And that was a great transformative experience for them, because you could all of a sudden see that now they're starting to make decisions around their life, which we had to start making decisions from now itself, and
Some of the
which they valued very much.
Just put some metrics around that, like some of the interest savings just by restructuring their debt as just as one part of the strategy, was going to pay off their home loans, 6 or 7 years earlier than they were on track to do, and that's going to save them, six figures of interest savings over that period of time, just simply by changing some habits. They had good savings habits. It was just redeploying that in a way that was going to, bring forward, many years, the goals that they were trying to achieve with their lifestyle, just by making some changes as to where they deployed that cash flow into debt reduction.